Right, I'm going to be using Magic Illusion stencil number 045 from Dolly Dimples. So I've already got it placed down. See a Magic Illusion 045 stencil to start off with. Now these are a movable stencil, so you can make some funky patterns. So you can see that all these ones are all straight, and these ones, this one here is slightly wonky. So that's what we're going to be doing. And I'm just going to do half a sheet. So just move these to one side. So I've got a piece of my mixed media card. So for anybody who doesn't know, I'm Charmaine from Dolly Dimples, and what I want to do is I want to have one on the twist and one as a straight square. So just take a portion of it, lift it up, and we'll just tweak it down like that. Now I have got a repositional glue on the back of this. You can use any repositional stencil glue, whether it's one that's like a wet one or a spray, and all I've done is place that down on the wonk. I'm going to do the same again here. So you could use it as it is, or you can do like what I'm doing with it, or you could have them all on the wonk if you want. But it's a movable stencil which gives you a few more wee options in there, so we're just going to have those two. Now where it's lifting up, because it doesn't want to stay where it is, where it's lifting up is where I probably place my fingers if I've twisted it as much as I have there. So I might not want it to be twisted as much of that. If I just turn it a little bit, you can see that it will go flatter like so. Right, I have chosen mustard seed distress ink, carved pumpkin and broken china. So I'm going to use these three colours, and my brush is 1, 2, 3. I just happen to remember, I just have to test that because I've already had the ink on it. I think it's that way. No, it's the other one. Yes, it is, right way around. So I'm going to start with the broken china, and we're going to go in the center. So I'm getting a decent amount of distress ink on my brush, not too much, because you don't want it too wet, especially if it's a brand new one. And I'm going to aim for the centerpiece. Now I'm gentle with my placement of ink, so it's like it's, you know, your best china and you're just giving it a polish. You can go back in, you can add more ink which will make it darker, and just gentle rubbing over the top. And I'm going in the direction that the stencil is cutting as well, which helps you from pushing the stencil up. So just nice and gentle. So if I want to pick up a little bit more ink, I can add a bit more to it. So just going to do that centerpiece, and then I think what I'll do, where I'm using the blue, I'll do the next one as well. So I'll do the center of all 4 of them. There you go. And again, so rinse this on all 4. If you want it darker, just add more ink, more rubbing. I'll get that down. And then I'm going to choose to use the yellow next. So we're going to go for the mustard seed. Do this one. I'll get my mustard seed on there. And we're going to go round the edge, so you can see that that ink is going on quite strong, and that's because it's a newer ink pad than the broken china. So let's see if we can transfer what's left on there to the next one. I'm just slightly going over the blue that I've already put in, so the 2 colours will blend together nicely. I don't want like a perfect blend, so that's not too bad, because it's the separations between each bit. It's going to look cool anywhere, whatever you do. I'll get that one down. I've wanted to do these stencils for like ages and ages and ages, but like looking at them, with them being movable, you know, they're going to like spring about like that thing that falls down the stairs, slinkies. But they've worked out really well. So now I'm going to move from the mustard seed. If you put these through your embossing machine as well, it looks absolutely ace. I'll show you a few different ones in a minute that I've done. So I'm going to go to my orange. So in the illusion set we have 3 stencils that will mix and match together with each other. I want a bit more on that. Obviously I've used this one quite a bit. I'll pick up a bit more ink. So this is a carved pumpkin. There we go. And get that around the outside edge there. Go, and this bottom bit. So I'm trying to go again in the direction of the stencil. A little bit more up there. I'm going to cut these down. I'm not doing both sides of it, I'm just doing a panel. Let's see if I've got enough ink to carry on. There we go. Let's go all the way down. Let's see what happens. Yeah, a little bit lighter down at the bottom. It doesn't matter too much. I'll pick up a little bit more ink. There we go. And then going across the way. So instead of going that way, I'm going across the way in the same direction as the stencil. It's like if you've got a stencil with an intricate piece on it, you want to be not moving it underneath. So whichever way it's going to move. There you go, down here. And we'll carry this one all the way down to the bottom. We'll do the bottom piece. And then we'll come across the way and do that. Right. I think I've got everything there, maybe a little bit more up here. Let's make that a little bit darker. Okay, now to the reveal. So I have got one already pre-done and cut out like this. So that's already dry and ready to go. Let's just move this one off. So let's take the stencil off. So because I've got adhesive on the stencil, I want to go in, so I've just show you this. I want to go in, so let's bend one back and loosen them off. There we go. Really small off, and we'll take it down flat. And you can see now, if I just leave that like that, you can see how they're moving about. So I can unposition that one so it goes back into the shape. Now what I can actually do is, because I've already got one done, I've moved that back into its natural shape that it should be. I'm going to actually go over the top now of this one. So I've just positioned that back down. Still some sticky on there. And I'm going to choose to use the blue over the orange. So hold on position. So on the outer edge. So we're going to go with the blue on the outer edge, just softly. And it'll give us a kind of a greeny colour. Edge here. So on this one you can see how you can change it up again and across, and a bit more at the top here. And then in the centre I'm going to use, I think it's the yellow. Let's go with the yellow. There we go. Just pop the yellow in. So just bring that in. Right, now let's see what this one looks like. So you can see how you can get, oh, nearly put my legs on the wrong ones. Oh, no, let's remove. So let's bend it all out and remove that stencil. Being gentle with that. So we've done one side, just do the other side. And that one, oops, there we go. Okay, now place that down like that. I can spray that and pick up the other, but look how you can see we've got that double overlay on that one, so you could keep moving it round if you wanted to, but I think that's the easiest way of doing it. Doing a twist first, then relaxing it so it goes back to its normal position, and then giving you those two looks. Looks pretty cool, doesn't it? It's kind of trick of the eye. So that was just using Harpy. This one I've coloured in with pencils, and I've used a white ink on it first. So I've gone over with white on the black card, and then I've gone in with pencils and coloured. This is another ink, and then just twisting two of them. And this one here, oh, this was through the embossing machine, and then while it's still in place, then I just spritzed ink on it. This one is using paste, so it's all using the same one. Now, let's make this into a quick card. Let's move that to one side. So you see, really simple. So rather than waste the ink on this one, do a little bit of a clean up. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take my spray bottle and just spray some water. There we go. And we'll use the other side of here, because then I can chop that one. We'll use the other side of here, and we just place that over and pick up the ink and have a negative. Now this is going to be much lighter because there's lots of water in there. There we go. And then we can let that dry. So you've got two total different effects, but using that, and then we chop that in half. So I'm going to pop them to one side, and we will just get a tissue and clean off my excess. Always clean your stencils on a flat surface. Okay, so move this one to one side. And let's make this into a card. So I've trimmed it down, so we've got a long card, and I've taken a piece of my mixed media card and just position it on there. Now I didn't know whether or not I wanted to add a little bit of black to it, so we could have a little black border like that going all the way across the top there. I'm not too sure about that. I'm going to try it and see. If I don't like it, I can take it out. So this is when you've got options. So I'm just going to bring my trimmer in and trim that down. So it just gives it a little border. Don't tend to do a lot of measurements. I usually just look at it and see how it looks by eye. So it's a bit of a guesswork. So you can add that to that like that. So it's kind of in the middle there. And I have gone ahead and cut out some clouds off of one of my stamp sets. So instead of them being the clouds, that's what the stamp should look like. I've actually cut them out as without the dangles on the bottom as bushes. So I'm going to use them. So I've done 2 of those. And I'm not sure whether I want that card to be like that or this way around. I think I quite like it like that. Now I'm going to place these on here. So it's a nice, quick, simple one, like so. And I've cut out a word strip already. So I learned to dance in the rain. Pop that down. And I could actually bring the clouds in as well. Not sure. Might leave it on, might leave it off. And then I've stamped out a butterfly. So with the same colours, just move that up, with the same colours, coloured inks, I'm restricting myself to the 3. I'm just going to colour this in really, really quickly. Quite like the look of that. So I think I'm going to start. So if I add the butterfly, which I quite like it in black and white actually, I think it looks quite striking, but I think I want to colour it in. Decisions. Right, colour it in, Shannon. So I'm going to start with the Broken China first, which is like, to me, is like the darkest of the 3 colours. And we're just going to take that ink around the outside edge. So we're not going to do any fancy colouring. We're just going to add a little bit of ink around the outside edge of the wings. And then we're going to use yellow next to that one, so we get a nice contrast of colours there. A little bit of green coming through. Go back to my blue partially over the top, which will give me that nice green again. Let's make it a little bit darker blue. So I've got that green coming through as well. So we've got blue, green and yellow there. And then we're going to go for our orange. So it's Carved Pumpkin. There you go. I'm going to spin it round because I like coming in this direction. And we're just going to do the bottom bit of the body. Go nice and jazzy. Okay, now I'm going to get them stuck down. Really simple, nice, easy and simple. Just wipe that excess off. So I'm going to use foam pads. Okay. So So there will be a few videos with the other stencils as well, which are really, really funky, but I really wanted to show you this one and the way it moves to start off with. I'll show you the other stencil in a minute. So I'm going to get some foam pad on the back of this one, put one strip, two strips, and fight with the foam pads. Go. Right, so that's ready to rock and roll, and we will have one flat and one raised, I think. So I'll go for this one raised. So I coloured this one in with alcohol pen and literally just scribbled over with two greens, and it was really, really fast and really simple. There you go. So that's the one that I want to raise. So I'm going to put this one on first. It's going to go there. So not pressing down. Josie, I forgot. I haven't got. Move that off, move that off. I need to put, I'll put some wet glue on the back of this one. Can't believe I forgot that. So, a little bit of wet glue. A little bit of PVA on there. We position that where we want it. Half pen. Do we want this raised or do we want this flat? I think I want that flat as well. So take that down. It's up to you whether you want it raised. You could use your foam pads on the back of there, but just dot glue. So nice, simple card. So I'm doing this card. It could be a birthday card, it could be a get well soon card, it could be a leaving card, a miss you card, you know, kind of an all sorts card. It's not aimed at a specific. So I've got that down. Then I want this one flat, so use the same glue. Just a bit of PVA on the back of that. That one is got, oh, what's that? Get off. It's going to go there. And this one is going to go just out here. And then my words are going to go over the top of that. I think I actually want a little bit lower down so you can see the gap. I'll do a, no, leave it there. Happy with that. And then the butterfly, all I'm going to do is pinch the body, you won't squeal, and then I'm going to curve the wing like that. Okay, just using my thumb and finger. Now that's going to get glued on here, so I'm going to use a wet glue for that, and not too much or else I'll be waiting forever for it to dry. If you prefer to use tape, you can do. You'll pop that down. You're going to sit just about there. Now that looks a little bit too high. I'm going to put some foam pads behind it, but what I'm going to do with my foam pads is I'm going to take one strip foam pad. I'm going to remove the back end. You could use a silicone glue or a 3D gel or any kind of raised sort of medium. Go, just roll that up like that. See if that height is going to be too much or not. Go. If you want it high, put it closer to the bottom end. Go, come on. Go. Now if you want it curved and you want these bits to go down at the back so you don't actually see the foam pads, we're going to add a little dot of glue behind there. Just hold that on for a few seconds. Now I'm not sure whether or not I'm going to add that one. These are all smaller elements from a big stamp set. There you go. I think. Just hold that down a few seconds. And it doesn't want to hold. Okay, so when I'm holding that down, I'm going to place this one down flat. And I quite like it without, but I think I'm going to add. I think I'll carry on and I'll hold that down a little bit long. I just need to, I think it just needs jigging a little bit. Oh, it's taken at the top there. There we go. And I think that's quite a nice simple card. So that's the first one done. The next two videos we'll be using the Diamond Illusion number 43 and Just an Illusion. These are really, really cool ones. With the Diamond Illusion number 43, you can actually lift up these sections and pop your card in, so you can have either blank areas or you can have the same sort of pattern as well. And they do mix and match with each other really nicely as well. So thank you for watching my wee little card. And if you like what you see, don't forget to click the like button. Always welcome. Thank you.